want to say it's interesting that, you know, the idea of a set time actually starts in Genesis 1. You know, he set the stars for appointed times. So really the idea of these feasts were planned out before the Jewish people started. So God had to have it, I mean, it had to come in at some historical place, and it came in with the Jewish people. You have to separate soul from spirit.
Yeah.
In other words, we come in these feasts, part of the celebration is a spiritual thing that's for everyone, and part of it is a soul, it's a cultural thing. It's hard for us to see the difference, but we have to, on both sides, recognize, well, we have an appreciation for the historical, cultural, Jewish expression of it, and we honor that, and yet we have to separate that from the spiritual message that God is speaking, something that is past, present, future, eternal kingdom importance. Egypt was the dominating world power at that time. They were leaving the empire. They were leaving the world system. It was, and all the power, and it was a group of people. It said a great multitude that was a mixed multitude. It wasn't just Jewish people. It was people from every nation came out, and there was this people, this group, this great multitude that believed in God and were willing to walk out of the world system. And then John, in the book of Revelation, he gives the universalizing part of it. So the first one was mostly Jews and a few Gentiles. This one is mostly Gentiles and a few Jews. But it says they came out, and John saw them in the end times. He said they were in the time of the tribulation, and they had palm branches in their hands. Well, what's palm branches in the Bible? That's celebrating the Feast of Tabernacles. I mean, we're so close to that now. People from every tribe and tongue gathering together during the end times tribulations to worship and understand these roots. It's like, wow, I feel like this is happening right now. How did he see that 2,000 years ago? What's the biggest problem in the world today after all these after 4,000 years is still this enmity between Jew and Arab. But when the love of Yeshua, the love of Jesus touches that and turns that enmity to love, it's so beautiful to see that happen. And we're also seeing that the culture interchange. We Jews, we've been in exile.
Yeah.
We've been in exile for 2,000 years. When we came back to the Middle East, we didn't know how to be Middle Easterners. I mean, my grandparents spoke Yiddish. I mean, we were totally separated from who we are for our own roots. You know, we Jews, we're so proud to say Jewish roots, you know, but it's almost like we learned to be Jews, not in the exile sense, but in the Israelite covenant land, Abrahamic, coming back. It's like it's almost like the Arabs gave us our culture back in a strange way, and there's a mix there. It's almost like a flavor. And I think that we see people around the world coming back to understand that faith is not a philosophical faith, it's a covenant faith.
That's true.
You're not just believing in a system of thoughts, you're believing in something that you enter into a committed relationship forever between you and the other person and God. And what's happening, I feel like, with us joining together as Christian Arabs and Messianic Jews, that it's revitalizing, making it real to all the rest of the nations of the world who I mean, Christians in every nation, you know, they love to talk about covenant, but when they touch in with us and we together, we all, the international ecclesia, the Arab Christians, the Messianic Jews, we're touching into this root that covenant is 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years old. It's so deep, and people are longing for that.